What's up, everybody? So we're gonna go into the Hail to the King, and I'm gonna show you how it relates to blues to metal and metal to blues, because we're gonna talk about some of the licks. But I'm gonna show you the parts. Now, I'm not gonna play every single measure, how many times, 4 measures of this, 5 measures of that, and then you gotta do this, and there's a little thing in here. No, I'm just gonna show you the chords outright and some of the parts. So we're gonna go up all the way to the chorus. So I don't know what tuning I'm in, but if you're playing with the record, you tune a half step down and then drop D. I'm in drop D. So it's 2, 4, and 5. And then the second part of that is the edge chugs in. So you got the idea. Now as that goes into it, there's a couple parts that change into the verse, and he's doing that. So you get that. Now that modulates, which is like a pentatonic box. It's gonna modulate up to 7. So that's gonna go all the way up to 9. So it's 7, and then you're dropping that to up to there, and then it's up to 9, dropping it down to 7. Those are the chords. Now he does a lick in the verse. It's going. Now it's important that you pick that, because if you pull it off, then it sounds like AC/DC, which goes into the blues thing, because these are pentatonic positions. So in a major scale. So that's on second string. Now as that modulates up into this part here, then this moves up to your first finger moves here, and then you're playing it pentatonic here again on the second. And it moves again. So then now this moves up to here. 12th fret on the second finger. So those are the parts going into, that's the intro and the verse. Now, the lick is what we're gonna talk about. Now, I'm gonna show you, you gotta double hit the first string on the high E. And then you roll it to the second string, and then open E. Now, to get the lick down, you wanna do this. 14 and 15 on the high E with the 12th on the second string. So then you're gonna slide it up to 15 on the second, and that's off the first. And then like you did here on 12, you're gonna do that on 15. And then you keep this on 15, and then your first finger on the high E drops down. Whoops. Now, so let me tune back up, because we want to talk about this lick. Well, 2 things about this lick. A couple things. And if you chicken pick it, sounds cool too. But the last video I did, I was talking about 6. which is what this lick is. George Lynch. Same kind of thing. But he's not a shredder. He's like a blues shredder. A lot of pentatonic stuff. So you got a lot of stuff that you can use in there, but this is how it relates. Same thing with these licks. They're in a major scale, but he's choosing to pick it as opposed to pulling off. Which sounds more like Zeppelin or some of those blues old guys that, you know, are pulling off AC/DC. That just shows that it's how you attack the note, how you attack the chords, which actually changes the sound, plus your guitar sound. I mean, you like even this is a heavy guitar sound, right? Can I play blues? Of course. Now, I'm not gonna say it's heavier on the blues side, but you can still play blues on it, which is cool because this is how it all relates together. You take some of the blues licks, you mix them in metal, you take some of the metal licks and you put them in the blues, you know, and who was great at that? Journey. Takes that blues bend and he uses it melodically. George Lynch. Blues shredder. That lick has been used millions of times, and that's why it's so clever of what Sinister Gates is doing. He's actually mixing blues with the metal sound because he knows that if he attacks it a certain way. And let me say, if you're a Sinister Gates fan, I like him. I listen to Avenged Sevenfold. I haven't listened to him in a while, but I thought he had a very unique way of writing, and I loved his guitar sound. But go watch on YouTube, Sinister Gates, Fractal. This happened, I think, over COVID. He was at this level and went to that level. He was always a good guitar player, but something happened and he's phenomenal now, and a lot of people don't talk about that. Now, no offense to you, Nuno, but you really haven't advanced. You're playing as same, like the licks you're doing in the new song. We all been doing that Eddie lick since I was 12, you know. Sorry, I hate to give away your secrets. But he's a good guitar player. But there's a ton, guys, and I don't want to make this a long video, but you know, for me, Nuno didn't revolutionize anything. Eddie changed the way guitars were built. He changed the way that amps were made. He changed the way sound was. He used different effects, differently, phasers. He ran heads with biases hot and blew up amps and melted amps. Nuno didn't do none of that. I don't care that Paul Gilbert's technically a more advanced player than Eddie Van Halen. He still didn't revolutionize anything. Yngwie was already doing that kind of stuff. And before Yngwie was Julie John Roth and Michael Schenker and a lot of other guitar players that don't get talked about. You know, there's a lot of underrated guitar players that were doing that kind of stuff way before. Listen to Scorpions, Catch a Train. Julie John Roth is doing all that stuff. He's doing all the he did all that. all that. So it's nothing new. Yngwie wrote it. He played it in rock, where Yngwie was like a progressive alternative rock, where it was more on the classical side. The actual songs and his writing with the diminished chords, you know, like with the he had a lot more classical movements in his chords and stuff. But that's what I mean. A lot of guys get a lot of hype out here on YouTube, and a lot of that is misinformation, and people don't tell you where they were influenced. And that's another thing. Without your influencers, I don't care how good you are, without Eddie Van Halen, probably 99% of our population wouldn't be playing guitar the way we have. It's just a fact. It's just like Sebastian. You can take that Eric Cromwell, he's a great copy of him, but he can't write the inflections. If you listen to the new Skid Row songs, they sound like garage band songs. They're not that good. Tick, tick, boom, and the gang's all here. Sounds like how I wrote when I was 15. But the singing is even that way. And just because you can scream doesn't mean anything. You're not singing like Sebastian, like in Monkey Business and Psycho Love and Quicksand Jesus. That's all his writing. The way he modulates his voice. It's like Chris Cornell. You know, the way he modulated his voice, he was unique that way, the way he sang, which is what Eric can't mimic. You can't write and have the feel of somebody else. You can mimic the old songs because it's already there, just like me mimicking Eddie Van Halen. You know, it's easy to mimic, but who's wrote another Eruption? I don't know anyone that's influenced many people to learn a solo like that. So there you go. That's my 2 cents, and I hope this segment, and we'll get to the rest of the song. Let me know if you want to, I forget who sent that, but let me know if you want me to do the solo too. That was my part. We'll do the chorus and maybe the solo. Solo will take a little longer. I don't know how advanced you are, but if you want the solo, I'll play that too. And I hope this has a connection in a different way that we did the lesson, because it's a unique way of sharing both worlds of music and how it comes together. And I hope that is a big influence and helps a lot of people understand the difference between metal and blues. That it's really all the same. It's how you pick and choose and attack things. You know, it's just the way it is. So have a good weekend. It's Memorial Weekend. Thank you to our troops who make us have the freedoms that we have. God bless anyone military, and that, you know, it's without you guys, we aren't on YouTube doing what we do. So peace out, and I'll see you soon. And let me know about Hail to the King. That's all.